In the last tutorial, I showed you how to put in the student information. In this section, I'll go over how to input the grades and show you how GPA is calculated and the formula that is used. I have opened the application and logged in. Before I show you how to put the grades in and how GPA are calculated, I want to briefly overview what we have done so far. First, we went into courses and we put in all the classes here. So far I have 3 classes. And next we put in the teachers. I have 3 teachers as well, and we assign the teachers to the classes. Next we went into the students and we made 3 students here, and we also put in their attendance as a sample here, and we have already done grades, and here are the grades or classes that the student have enrolled in. So this tab should actually be grade/classes, because it's actually we're enrolling students into the classes, but we're also assigning them grades for the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth. And so that's what we'll do now. But before, again, let me just briefly say that since we made all the students already, if you notice now that if we go back into courses, you'll see that for the year 2009, these are the list of the student that's enrolled in this course and so forth. Here in reading, these students, well, only one at this point, but once we make more and once we assign students into classes, this list will be populated. So it's a very nice feature where you can briefly look at all the courses, and later on I'll show you how to print all this. And for the teachers, same thing here. For the year 2009, the student that's enrolled for this particular teacher is listed here, and we can go to the next teacher, and same thing here. It shows the student that has the teacher as part of in their class. So let's go ahead back to students and put in the grades. So for example, Billy Bob, the first student we have, let's say for the first quarter. Oh, by the way, let me mention that this application has a grading scale of 1 through 100, 100 being perfect. So in the first quarter, for reading in the course, in the class he has reading here, let's say he has 100, and in the second quarter he'll have 100 again. And you notice I'll click on an empty spot to go ahead and commit the records, and you notice that so far he has taken the first 2 quarters and his GPA is 4.0. I'll get into more details on how the GPA is calculated, but let's go ahead and put in 100 in all of them. And so if he has taken the full year of all the fourth quarter and gets 100 in all the quarters for this reading class, he'll have a total of a 4.0 GPA for this specific class. Let's, for instance, we'll just change this one to 98 points. You notice that the GPA dropped from being perfect to 3.98. Now let's add a new class, and I'll explain what these number here at the bottom means. So he already has reading, so let's enroll him in math. So in the first quarter, let's say he has 100. And of course, 100 and 100 perfect scores. He will have his current year GPA for the cumulative classes combined is 4.0. So what these numbers is, this total here is the total of the first quarter if you see my mouse here. So if I change it to 98, the number at the bottom will change, and click on empty space to commit it, and you'll notice that it's now 3.96. And for instance, let's say if he has 50 points instead, you notice that the number dramatically drops. So these columns are a total of the cumulative classes, while the row is a cumulative of the singular classes, but a total of all the four semesters combined. To see how these numbers are calculated and the formula I have used, you may go to the main website, custom-db.com, student information. Well, first click on product, student information system, tutorial, and at the bottom here, we're currently on grades and GPA. If you click on formula use, it'll open a new window, and it shows you the individual class GPA formula that I've used. It goes by the rows, like so. And here's an example. And the report card of all the classes, the cumulative classes for the year 2009, for instance, we take the column and add them up and use the formula of total of points of here. This is the formula here where my mouse is, of the GPA for cumulative classes. And the last formula that I have used, which I have not showed you yet, but it's also referred to as transcript, is basically a total of all the rows combined together. Here it is. Here's the formula. Total GPA of all classes taken for all the school year, regardless of the actual year. So this is known as transcript. Typically, the student would attend 4 years of, for instance, high school. So in 4 years, you would add all that up, and his cumulative GPA for his whole entire time at the school would be this number, and this is the formula that's being used. And this is, as you can see, here's an example. But you can go to this website and study the formula in detail. This pretty much concludes how to put in grades and how GPA are calculated. In further sections, I'll go into details about the report cards, transcript, and other items.